Hey, welcome to Forward ReZero. It's a ReZero rewatch podcast. I'm Sarah.
I'm Morg.
And I'm Neve.
Welcome. That's the best. That's as good as I got for an intro so far. I need like a third re to throw in there, but like I can't think of one. Like it's a ReZero rewatch,
recorded,
recover, restore 50% of your HP.
A blind carbon copy of the show.
A BCC?
Yeah.
BCC.
Re-forward CC BCC.
Yeah, we could have got into we should have gone way deeper on that. We could have done like forward CC forward ReZero.
Absolutely not. It's already a nightmare for SEO or whatever.
Yeah, I'm finding that this podcast cannot be found very easily on Pocket Casts, and I do not know if that is because this is a new podcast or if it is because we fucked up severely in the naming of the show.
I haven't been able to find it on Apple either, so
yeah, I think I fucked this. I think I fucked this.
It's okay.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing just fine.
I need to do some emergency culling of some audio files on my computer because I only have enough space to record 1 hour and 30 minutes of podcast currently, which is going to be less time than we have on this episode.
Well, we know we got a hard out, so...
Well, now, hold on. I'm about to empty my recycle bin. Let's see what this number goes up to once I delete these items out of my recycle bin.
How am I feeling? I'm dying.
I'm so sorry to hear.
Okay,
okay. Now the hard out is 10 hours from now, so strap in, folks. We're
doing a deep dive,
the deepest of dives.
I will not do a 10-hour podcast on one fucking episode. Sorry,
no, 2
sorry
episodes
to disappoint.
Maybe.
Like I don't know what to tell you.
Morg, I was very seriously thinking about doing a 10-hour episode, so you dashed my hopes against the wall here.
Damn, I'm in a weird mood because I just recorded Digimon like a few hours ago.
Yeah, I know the going for the thing is, like, I have done multiple podcast episodes in one day before. I think to me, like, the ideal amount of time in between podcast recordings is either no time at all or like 6 hours. And like any time in between that is a nightmare. And you're like what? It's been like an hour and a half since that episode ended?
Something like that.
Yeah. So I'm giving saluting Neve as well for doing this podcast while under the effects of the COVID juicer.
Yeah.
She's feeling the effects.
Oh god. How y'all doing?
Well,
I think you already asked that.
I did. Shit.
How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing great. I finished my finals on last Friday. And I also had to work. God, work today was a fucking nightmare. I'm still kind of recovering from it. I told you about this, Neve, and Morg, you may have seen it because I was bitching about it in City Girls or something. And I came into work at 9 today, and on weekends the coffee shop opens at I think like 8 or 7:30. I can't remember. And someone's supposed to come in like an hour before that, so they're in at 6:30 or 7 to open the shop. And then I come in at 9 to help them out. And for some inane reason, people are like, our manager just has people like solo opening on weekends, which I don't fucking get, but whatever. So I roll in there at 9 and no one's there. Stand has not been open for the day yet. And I panicked and I checked my phone. I'm like, oh fuck, was I supposed to open today? I was not. Turns out my manager had scheduled someone who was on vacation. And
managers love to do that shit.
Could not come into the shift because I think they're literally like not in town. And so I just had to I opened the stand. I had to open the stand like an hour and a half after we were normally supposed to open, at which point like people started flocking to it in droves. So they're like, oh, thank God you're open. So I had to open the stand while serving coffee and just like getting everything up and running and just like running around. And again, it's like solo serving on a weekend is still pretty hard. Like it's not as bad as doing it on a weekday, but like it was not fun. And then someone did come in at 11:45, which is when they were supposed to come in, and it was pretty easy from then. But like, fuck me, what a day!
Yeah, no, that's.
I'm living.
Shit.
Yeah. Did you end up with any, like, meaningful scars on your hand because of this ordeal?
You know, I did accidentally stab myself on a pen that I was putting away at the end of the shift. So,
yeah, they offered to bandage it, and you were like, no, this scar from this pen means something, you know? It's a symbol of my hard work.
It means I did hard work.
It means I did physical labor and didn't just sit on my ass and game all day.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Y'all been gaming? What you been playing, Neve?
You know, I've been playing my silly little strategy games, and
what's the term for those kind of games like Civ and Europa Universalis? 4X, yes.
Yeah.
Your silly little 4Xs. I've been slaying the Spire lately. I've been really getting dick deep into that one.
Hell yeah. You showed
It's
me
fun.
one of your runs.
Yeah. I won. I've slain the Spire. Well, I haven't slain the Spire because I imagine that's like the end game. But like I've gotten to the end of the run.
Whatever. I don't remember. I haven't.
I've also been playing a bit of Fire Emblem Throuses.
Ooh, how's that treating you?
I'm still very, very early on in it. Like I have not done like the second month mission of like kill some bandits. But in my defense, I have been in finals hell.
That's true.
Do you know
That's
what
fair.
I've been doing? Due to a variety of reasons that may or may not have to do with something I'm writing, I started playing a game from my childhood called Hamtaro Ham Heartbreak.
I remember the ads for that.
Yes.
I beat it. I don't want to go too much into it because, like...
Well, I mean, more. This episode will be coming out in like three-ish weeks from now.
Oh, that's true. That
so
will be done by then.
We'll be past the watershed, so you can talk about what you're inciting for. Unless Neve is like also involved in this, and you need to keep it a secret from her.
I don't think so.
I'm not involved. At least I don't think I am.
Yeah, I was just writing something for a secret Satan for Nightmare and Era, and I was like, oh, I could actually write about this based on the prompt that I got. So I fucking am. And then I was like, what if I just played the game? And
I meant to sign up for that, but then I just forgot.
Yeah, same.
Beat it in like 2 nights, and it's a pretty short game. So like, I was like, oh.
Yeah, yeah. God, that was like a GBA game, right?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, I love GBA games that just does it end like super abruptly?
Not really. Technically, you can still keep playing. Like there's like end game stuff.
It's like
Skyrim where you just like you kill the final dragon and you can just like keep wandering. It doesn't tell you the game's over and you just keep wandering around and doing side quests.
You can keep making like jewelry and stuff.
Love to do this.
Did we watch an anime or something?
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I think we watched Heartbreak or Hamtaro. Did we watch Hamtaro?
I was going to talk about the Yu Yu Hakusho Game Boy Advance game that I had that just like it was so weird because like it took you up to the start of the Dark Tournament and then just abruptly ended because it was like, well, we're not doing the Dark Tournament in this fucking like isometric like retelling of the beginning of Yu Yu Hakusho, but also like not the beginning. Like you don't have that arc where like he possesses the boxer or like where he helps the girl who like waits 6 hours for her boyfriend. I'm getting too deep in the weeds on Yu Yu Hakusho. We watched a different anime today.
Yep,
we watched a completely
Hamtaro.
different anime.
We watched Hamtaro.
Welcome to Forward Hamtaro. Don't ask us why it's titled that.
God.
God, I would love to be forwarded an email with the subject line Hamtaro.
So would I.
Hamtaro? 3 question marks. Not clickbait.
Not clickbait. Gone wrong? Gone sexual?
Gross.
That's Ebichu, I believe.
I regretted saying that.
Right? Isn't it? That's the name of the anime with like the hamster, where like her owner's always being horny, right?
Oh yeah, the Hamtaro parody anime.
Was it a Hamtaro parody? I just thought it was his own thing.
I guess I internalized it as I assumed it was a Hamtaro parody, but like it could just be like a hamster, sexual hamster.
What the fuck?
What, you've never seen, like, the photo sets of that, like, weirdly... Like, the hamster looks like it was drawn by the Shin-Chan animators.
Yes.
And it's, like, it's, like, taking the answering machine, like, of, like, a...
Oh, maybe I
like,
have.
of, like, a lewd phone call or something.
I'm gonna have to post a pic in chat here.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see this image. I'm excited to see it.
This has nothing to do with ReZero.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
We love it.
We do love it. We love to be on topic.
I have seen this little guy.
The image is just a hamster that, again,
he
looks
sure
like...
be looking like Hamtaro. Even if that's not the inspiration, he got little, like, orange and white. And...
That's Hamtaro to me, but we did not watch Hamtaro nor the sexual Hamtaro anime that Neve loves.
I mean, I haven't seen it. I just know of it.
I'm gonna show this to my kids and say this was Hamtaro.
We did instead watch episode 3 of the director's cut of ReZero Starting Life in Another World. The episodes were titled "Fuck, I Shouldn't Have Closed the Page" that I had those open on. It's the Happy Roswaal Mansion Family, and the date of our promise is still far... I'm doing this off the dome. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, it's like the date...
The day of our promise is still... The morning of our promise is still distant, which is the second one. The first one's the Happy Roswaal Mansion Family. How'd y'all like these... Well, I guess, Morg, how'd you like these episodes? I know how Neve feels about these episodes, because we watched them together.
I have mixed feelings.
Okay, we can get into them.
I feel like that's how it's gonna start for at least a while.
Yeah.
Because I'm extremely intrigued by where it's going. Because, you know, I'm like, why did it end like that? The fuck? But also I'm like, Subaru, please. What did I post to you? I posted in chat something like... Come on, Subaru, you were growing on me, / I was getting Stockholm Syndrome, and now you ruined it.
Yeah. Subaru posts some, like... The thing is, like, the first 2 episodes he posts some very forgivable cringe to me. Like, it's very just, like, being a cringe little boy. But this episode, he's, like, posting sexual cringe.
He's posting horny on main. He's down catastrophic.
He's down apocalyptic, frankly.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, please...
We'll get to it, though. We'll get to it.
But I'm torn because he's very, like, in some ways he's still, like, very charming. Like, with being, like, I can sew, I like to pet kitty cat. That's all I want. I don't have a ton of ambition, which, like, mood.
There's some really great Subaru moments in this. Like, I think Subaru just had, like, we'll get to it. I like Natsuki Subaru.
I know you do. I think I'm very aware.
Say this. I will continue to say this every fucking episode. Unfortunately. I just think he's neat, but, like, this is me knowing, like, where his character goes over time. But also, again, the thing about ReZero that is if you hate Subaru, if you like Subaru, good, you will get to see him get better, and if you hate Subaru, you will get to see him explode into a fine red mist a handful of times.
You will get to see, like, his bespoke eyeball popping out of his head.
I mean, my problem is I don't hate him even when he's being cringe, and I'm like, I feel like it would be
easier to watch him explode into a million pieces if you did hate him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if this was like, I'm trying to think of an anime character. You hate Hisoka, right? From Hunter x Hunter? Yeah, me too. I hate Hisoka for 2 reasons. 1, because he's like that, but 2, because, like the first, like, 5 or so episodes that he shows up in, he's, like, relatively normal. Like, he does not start being a sexual clown towards a 12-year-old until the 6th or 7th episode that he shows up in. And, like, I love the kind of shithead, awful freak that he is in those first 5 episodes, and then he gets sexual, and I just drop him like a hot fucking potato.
Yeah, and, like, people can come at me and be like, "Oh, he gets better, whatever." Like,
does he?
I don't know. I legitimately don't know, Sarah. I was gonna say I haven't actually gotten, like,
okay.
What I was gonna say is I haven't gotten past, like the end of like York New City. So like, don't come at me with this. That's all I'm saying.
York New
He might just suck the whole time, which like
is York New before? Is York New before or after Greed Island?
Before.
Okay. I think some people will argue that he is redeemed by Greed Island. I do not agree with those people.
Right. Okay. So yeah, if I saw Hisoka explode, that might be funny. It might be funny. I don't know.
It's funny until he pulls himself back together with the power of bungee gum, which has the attributes of both bungee and gum.
Gross. Yeah, true.
He just snaps back together like one of those dolls that you like push the base of and it falls apart.
No. That being like a human is nasty.
Okay, so the first episode, the one episode, the Happy Roswaal Mansion Family. Subaru wakes up in his bed and his tummy's all better. He does not have the big cut that appeared at the end of the last episode that he almost died from.
He realizes immediately he was healed by Emilia. He's like, oh, cool, I remember her name. This must be... I don't know if he, like, puts together it's kind of where she's staying, but, like, whatever.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this was Amelia. Amelia did this, I think. And then, he walks out of his room and looks at a painting, and he's like, oh, I didn't have to use Return by Death this time. That's good. But then he's like, oh, I wish she'd been there and been like, oh, are you okay? I care you so much. I took care of you. Are you okay?
Yeah, he does do some complaining about how he's like, I'm finally at the manor, but where's my friggin' waifu? And then...
Yeah, he's like, this is a flawed story of being brought to another world.
He's cinema sensing.
Ding.
Ding, where's my girlfriend?
Amelia is not doing a lap dance in this scene. Ding.
He also, he pissed me off immediately when he, ran... Oh, he thought first he thought he was in a looping hallway, which, whatever, I don't care.
Oh, he is in a looping hallway, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He is, but that's not the part, that's not the part that I'm like, come on, man.
Because
he sees the Mario 64 painting.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Super fucking long jumping backwards down the eternal hallway to get to the top. Yahoo! To get to the top, like they do in the fucking 16-star run of up the infinite staircase.
Show me that isekai.
God,
I got reborn in the game I speedrun.
No.
Oh God.
Yeah. So that's I you gotta forgive me. I watched the first 5 minutes or so last night. And yeah, but he found a door to go into.
Yeah, and he's like, well, this is a looping hallway, so logic dictates that the first door is the right one. And he opens the door, he's right, and he finds another one of my favorite characters. I'm going to say that a lot of my favorite characters are my favorite character, but I really, really like Beatrice. Yeah. He meets a funny little girl who's got extremely long drill pigtails. And she's got the tiniest little crown on her head, which is so funny.
It's so small.
Roswaal Manor is the place of tiny hats.
Right? Everyone just wears a little tiny hat. The tinier and more crooked your hat is, the more powerful you are. It's a status symbol.
She's got this, Subaru insists on calling her Lolly just because, she's dressed like that. It's the style one. But she's like, what the fuck does that mean?
She is wearing, the Lolita style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, what the fuck are you calling me?
Yeah.
And I would be like, damn, I would be pissed to be called that too. Let's be real.
Beatrice, we find out her name later as Beatrice, but she looks up and says, what a profoundly aggravating man you are, I suppose. Which, I love her little, I love how, she and Roswaal both have, I mean, Roswell has like a whole intonation, but like he ends almost all of his sentences with like "dane," and Betty ends hers with "kashira" or "I suppose," which Neve, I know you were trepidatious about that going into the dub. Which what was the reason that you told me about that you were like worried?
I figured that in English it would sound very like "Amanda, please," like that sort of thing.
I suppose.
Yeah, but like it actually sounds like more natural than I expected in the dub. So but the voice actor for Beatrice was actually really good. Really, there's a bunch of new characters we meet in this episode, and their dubs are mostly really good.
I'm interested to find out who the failures are.
Yeah, I was like, I'm interested in the mostly, but
I will say that 3 out of 4 are, I would say, like so far are great, and then the 4th one is like.
Do they use the same voice for Rem and Ram? I don't
believe so. I believe they have different
they don't
actors.
sub either. They have similar voices, but not the same.
Yeah.
She refers to herself as Betty sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Beatrice or Betty.
Betty Media. She lives in the library.
Yeah.
She does live in the library, is the thing.
Yeah.
I like that. Or at first, I was like, "Why?" Subaru calls her an NPC. I'm like,
yeah. He's like, "Oh, I found the first NPC." It's funny.
I'm like, "Come on, man.
This is
you're not in the game. You know,
right?" This is Bowser at the top of the infinite staircase.
God.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, you're like the toads in the castle, and you're just gonna give me a star."
He's got to grab her by the twin tails and throw her into a bomb.
No!
So long, gay Bowser.
So long, gay Betty.
I think she would kill him. I'm like,
yeah, she'd be right to do so.
She absolutely would.
And she
hits him with like the fiery mana sort of attack, right?
Yeah, but what happens is that like he's like, "Oh, you're wasting your cuteness by being a bitch. Why don't you smile?" And she tells him to fuck off, and she basically just says fuck off, and he's like, "Oh, are you vexed? Are you experiencing botherations that I solved your door puzzle on my very first try? My brain is so big." He said I'm the guest monster. I'm Tendo from Haikyuu. And like throughout this, like he like has like a mini monologue here, and it keeps coming back to like Betty like showing minor signs of aggravation, like her brow furrowing and like doing a little like.
There's like a squeak noise when she like looks like she's about to like rip her book in half or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Subaru's like, "Well, what's this place?" And Beatrice tells him that it's her multi-purpose room. It's her library. It's her bedroom. And Subaru says, "That's a boring ass response. Are you like the tutorial girl that everyone loves these days?"
Fuck.
Betty's like, "All right, get the fuck out of here, piece of shit, idiot, dickhead." And then she like backs him into a corner and says, "Don't be." She says, "Be not afraid," and then makes him experience. It like holds the Gamja bar up to him. That's nothing.
What the fuck? ¿Quieres?
¿Quieres? No, she backs him into a corner, like puts her hand on his tummy, and like he like experiences a shitload of pain. And she hits him with the fucking raw raging demon. Like she says die 1,000 deaths and like slides over to him, and like the screen goes dark and a bunch of like
she says incomprehensible. Have a terrible week.
Yeah. And like sucks all of his mana out of him. It's good.
It doesn't kill him.
No,
he's fine.
It doesn't. Subaru's like, "Oh, you're not a human, are you?" And Betty's like, "Took you long enough, idiot, dumbass." And then we get the OP. Subaru wakes up in bed and says, "I know that ceiling," which is fun because like at the very start of the episode, he like woke up and looked at the ceiling. He's like, "I don't know that ceiling." I just think it's little.
It's like, I know the ceiling now.
Unfamiliar ceiling. Very.
Yeah. But there are 2 new characters in the room with him.
Yeah, what would you say their profession is?
I would say that they are maids.
Oh, really? That's surprising. I wasn't expecting there to be maids in this show.
Yeah, the famous maids. The famous maids are...
the famous maids of ReZero.
The famous maids of ReZero, pink and blue.
Yep, those are their names.
Red Oni, blue Oni.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's kind of their personalities, too, but... what is it? Rem and Ram, Ram, whatever.
Rem and Ram. Rem is blue, Ram is red. And they're the long lost siblings of Rom the giant.
Yeah.
They're so tiny.
They're literally small is the thing. I think that one of the worst things that this show did is that conveyed to the outside audience that this entire thing was a fucking like waifu wars between like the one of the twins and Emilia, and the maids are two of my favorite characters, and I say this because like they present themselves as like at the very start they present themselves as like doing like a whole like fucking, you know, twins being weird dynamic thing. Like they come up to Subaru and say, "Are your sprockets in a twist?"
No. I watched that for the first time today.
You'd never seen Holy Shift before?
No.
Are your eyes leaking?
Your eyes leaking.
I love that video so much. Nothing but respect for those two. I can't roll my R's, so I can't hit it. I can't hit it right.
Sprockets and a twist.
But they're less hype. They're less like energetic than the fucking.
Yeah, they're very deadpan, which I really love that. Of the many things that I love about them, their deadpan nature is very good.
They keep deadpan like every time Subaru is like a huge fucking creep to them. They're like, yeah, no, and just they
just completely shut him down and say this guy sucks. Ram and Rem are like, hey, he's being a fucking pervert. He's fantasizing. Like, they're like, Rem says like, oh, Rem, he's fantasizing about you, and Rem says, Rem, he's fantasizing about you. Like, they're very much like just saying the same sentences back and forth. And then Subaru's like, oh, I'm giving it to both of y'all, and fucking loser, idiot.
They call him a deadbeat.
They do.
And a loser for not wanting to wake up immediately. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, that's like the only valid thing he did in the scene is not wanting to wake up immediately, and then he was a fucking creep.
Right? He's like trying to fall back. He's like trying to fall back asleep, and he hears Ram and Rem talking about him, and he's like, "All right, I can't fucking these motherfuckers are talking about me in stereo. I need to fucking like get out of bed." And then Emilia walks in and is like, "Can you wake up a little bit more peacefully, please?" And Subaru's like, "Whoa, your outfit!"
Oh my god, he's so like into all three of these girls' outfits because he's like, "Wow, maids are the most graceful," and then he's like, "Wow, Emilia's in a fucking like what is it called, like a teddy, just like a sleeping outfit."
Yeah, she's in a nightie of some kind.
Yeah.
And Rem and Ram are just immediately turned to Emilia and they're like, "Excuse me, this man was being physically awful to us. Excuse me, this man was being sexual at us in person." And Emilia just walks past and I was like, "Please don't be too weird. Please don't tease him too much."
I'm surprised. If I had heard like someone I knew say that, I'd be like, "Wow, he's not allowed near you anymore. Sorry."
Yeah.
I'm putting in a complaint with HR.
Yeah.
But Amelia's just like, yeah, whatever. Don't tease him.
Yeah.
She's way more cool with it than I would have been.
Yeah. Canceling Amelia for ignoring workplace harassment.
I mean, she's probably just used to the twins saying stupid shit. But, like, I'm like, no, they're right, though. Like, he was saying some wild shit to them.
Right. Yeah. If Subaru calls her Amelia Tan, and Amelia's like, what does Tan mean?
Well, here's where I have to come up with the biggest strike against the dub for this episode. Okay. So he does not call her Amelia Tan in the dub, which, you know, that's... I get sense. Why you would change it to something a little more accessible to an English language audience. He calls her Mealy.
Oh no, they could have gone with like Emmy or something. Like Mealy's not cute.
They could have gone with literally anything else.
Super wakes up in bed and starts hitting the Mealy rock.
Oh, no.
Okay, I do like that. That made me like the name more. But like, I mean, literally later Puck calls her Leah, and that's cute. Like Lia.
Yeah, that is cute. Yeah. Did they keep that for the dub? Leah?
They did keep that, yeah.
I like that. What and is Puck still Bubby?
Bubby.
He sure is.
Yeah. He's I think he's Nissan in the sub or in the Japanese. I like Bubby a lot. Bubby is just so cute.
Bubby.
It really is. Anyway. He's just a little guy.
He's just a little.
He's literally just small.
I was like, I don't know what Bubby means, but I love it.
I think like it's like a like I think since Nissan is like a shortening of like Oni-san, which means older brother, like I think Bubby is like if
you
like,
ever read Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
Never mind then.
Is that what the fucking little baby brother calls Greg?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's just like one of those things where it's like
it's like brother, like Bubby. I get it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Like that tweet that was going around a couple of weeks ago, like being a grandparent must suck. Like your kid pronounces your title wrong once, and that's your name for the last 40 years of your life.
My poor Pappy.
Sorry, I'm just lost in thought thinking about Tappe, like reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
That would be really fun. God, when will Subaru say "I'm sorry, women"?
When will Subaru say "Zooey, mama"?
I think whenever he dies, Subaru should have to look at the camera and say "Zooey, mama."
What the fuck?
Subaru.
Mama.
So Zooey, mama. Okay.
Yeah.
So Subaru and Amelia thank each other for saving. They say thank you for saving me to both of them, like the fucking Spyro dragons. Just caught in an endless loop of thank you for rescuing me. But Subaru's like, oh, it's time to start a new day. I'm gonna go outside, and then he like walks outside. He's like, oh, this is a fucking castle that I'm in. This is not like a domicile. This is a fucking castle. And he's like, well,
yeah.
I
This
guess
is
I'm
like
gonna
a
do
chateau.
Yeah. He starts doing like warm-up exercises for his radio calisthenics and invites Amelia to join him, and
he's doing Taibo.
He's doing the 30 seconds that we get of them doing their little exercises together is so fucking
that really
cute.
hit for me this time around. It's really cute.
Like Amelia, definitely one of my favorite characters, but like she's really hitting on all cylinders for me this time around.
I love how like she's just like so confused, but does it with them anyway. She's like, yeah, okay, fuck, whatever.
Right. It's so good.
It's really nice. Amelia really hit for me this watch.
Yeah. It ends with Subaru being like, "Okay, now throw your arms in the air and say victory," and she's like, "Victory!"
With the delayed fist pump. It's so good.
Yeah. And then Puck jumps out, and says victory, and we get like the triple shot, like the same like how like when there's like a big epic anime fight, like the climactic punch or whatever, will like have like 3 different angles of it. We got 3 different angles of Puck jumping out and saying victory.
Yep, and Puck still sucks in the dub.
I'm so sorry. That's so sad because his voice is so cute in the sub.
It is, but like in the dub, he's just I'm Ash Ketchum. Pikachu.
Oh, I'm Meowth.
I wish he was Meowth. It would be. Oh god, rest in peace, Maddie Blaustein. I wish she could have voiced Puck.
God, she would have been a perfect Puck.
That would have been so funny.
Hey, Amelia.
That would have been really good. God, can you just break me off that voice saying "woman" moment like he did in the last episode?
Woman moment. That's nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, better than I could have done.
Meow. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Subaru. Puck is like very thankful to Subaru for saving his and Amelia's life, and he wants to give him something. And Subaru says, "For a first-rate fur master as myself, I want to pet you whenever I want."
And you know what? I would also ask for this.
And Puck's like, is that it? And like we get like a couple of shots of like him like petting Puck, and it's
He's
very
just
cute.
a little kitty.
He's just a little kitty.
I will constantly forget that Puck said dog shit last episode just because he's such a cute little kitty. In this episode, I'm just so wrapped up in it. I'm like, wow, he's so cute. He's such a small little guy.
He's a little birthday boy.
He's being pet. He loves it.
Mm-hmm. I would let him say so much misogynistic shit towards me.
I'm like, wow, he's done nothing wrong. I think this cat is good.
Cat that calls you a bitch and drinks all of your Pepsi.
And I would let him.
Yeah, he's allowed. He's allowed.
Fuck. We're not the only ones that love him, because like Subaru does.
Mm-hmm.
Betty does.
Betty fucking loves him.
Yeah.
Puck, after he says this, Puck's like, wow, I could read your mind, but like, I'm really surprised that you're saying this out loud. You're completely harmless.
Wait, can Puck, like, always read his mind? Does he just, like, get, like, his nasty, like, teen boy brain stuff sometimes?
I'm really not sure, because, like, Puck's ability to read minds is, like, I feel like that's largely unaddressed. Like, I'm really, like, racking my brain to think about any other moment when he, like, does a mind reading.
Yeah, I wonder if that's, like, just something he has to, like, actively do.
I mean, he is a spirit, and, like, I think that, like, the vibe that I get from spirits is that, like, they're, like, I don't know if mind reading is exactly what it is, but, like, spirits seem very much, like, vibe-based in this.
Yeah, they're, like, empaths.
Yeah. Puck is just the They Might Be Giants song, You Don't Like Me. I know what you're thinking. I can read your mind. You don't want to be my friend because you don't like me.
Except he's like, yes, you do want to be my friend.
You want to be my friend. You do pet me.
And you know what? He's right.
He's right too. Mm-hmm. At least when he's small like this.
Bigger Puck.
I feel a little strange petting like a
large Puck,
large,
like large
Puck with human proportions. Yeah,
fursuit Puck.
Like, I guess, like, it would just be, yeah, like, petting a fursuit, but I would also be like, I'm not sure if someone would want me to do that.
Yeah, you definitely gotta ask permission before you pet someone's fursuit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah. But I think it's even weirder when it's, like, he feels it. I don't know. There's no reason for this distinction. It's still Puck. He's just large.
Bigger than before. Rem and Ram come outside and say, oh, Roswaal is here. And so they go into the dining room, and Betty is there, and she says, oh, hey, I saw you playing in the courtyard, dumb idiot, shithead. You're fucking dumb.
Yeah, why does she call him dumb? She's just like, you're stupid. I hate you. Which, like, valid, but like...
He was annoying in her library earlier.
I just didn't know, like, why specifically then, but yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
But then, but they're trading, trading barbs back and forth, and then, Amelia walks in with Puck on her shoulder, and Betty is like, oh, it's Bubby! Bubby! And, like, she just turns into me whenever I see a really cute dog.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Bubby! God, sorry, my next note here is making me laugh. Clown car human walks into the room and is like, ah, Betty, nice to see you.
Like, Subaru does literally think he's a clown.
Yeah, because Subaru pats him on the back and is like, oh, you guys hired a clown. That's fun. And Amelia's like, oh, that's Roswaal. He's the guy who owns this manor. This manor.
This is Margrave Mathers.
Yeah, it's Margrave Roswaal Mathers.
Oh, so Margrave
they pronounce
is
it
his
Mathers?
first name?
I think Margrave is his title.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what a Margrave is, so...
It's someone who rules a march, generally. Oh. And a march is generally, like, sort of a... It's generally used to describe, like, a military frontier.
Oh.
The fact that you know this off the dome is not at all surprising, and I do cherish it about you.
Yeah, well, he uses the title Margrave, which was the title used by the Margraves of Brandenburg, of course, who ruled the area around Berlin in the Holy Roman Empire.
Oh yeah, of course, I knew that.
Yeah, and they were, of course, one of the 7 electors who chose the Holy Roman Emperor.
Swag.
Yeah.
So this is the one voice that's not hitting for you, right? In the dub, Neve?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. He sounds like Mr. Ratburn, is the thing.
The thing
is that Aoval matching Takahito Koyasu's voice is really difficult on its own. I think like the one time I've seen a dub of a Takahito Koyasu voice that I really liked was the Skate the Infinity dub of his character.
Right.
I don't think the guy who does the dub of the Dio voice, who does the dub of like Dio, for example, I don't think he's doing like a bad job, but like it's really hard to reach the level. And then also like the voice that he is doing for Roswaal is like it's so sing-songy. It's like
he's always hitting like the Sodane,
and like I said before, he ends like all of a sudden like Dane. And I think the only way that you could have done this right is like to get Tim Curry.
Yeah, they didn't get Tim Curry though. They got Mr. Ratburn on the ones and twos, and
who is his dub voice? Let me look at this.
Yeah, you better look that up. But like the way he compensates is that like he sort of talks like a cartoon ghost.
Ray Chase,
Kingdom of Lagunica. It's like it just does not hit the same way. I'm sorry, you're trying so hard, sir, but no, it's not working.
Here's a couple of credits of Mr. Ray Chase. He's the voice of Sukuna from the dub of JoJo or of Jujutsu Kaisen.
I was gonna say, I didn't know they had a Sukuna too.
Let me see if I can find any video games, because like I don't really know like anime dub voices, so I'm gonna check and see if there's any video game voices that I recognize. He was the Shibuya subway announcer in Persona 5.
No.
Oh, that's such a prestigious role,
right? He voiced. Oh my God, he voiced Winter Soldier Bungie in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Bungie.
Damn.
He's voice of Bungie.
Hmm. Well, he does almost post Hole in this episode, so...
Oh God, he sure does.
He's the voice... Oh my God, he's the voice of Gendo in all of the Eva dubs. Well, all the recent Eva dubs.
Sure.
Which is... He's the voice of Gendo from the Netflix redub, I guess. From then on. Not the original.
Mm.
I am also learning that he voices a character named Fyodor Dostoevsky in Bungo Stray Dogs, which isn't that the name of like a real guy?
Yeah, that's the guy who wrote Crime and Punishment in the Brothers Karamazov.
That's an author.
Why is I gotta watch Bungo Stray Dogs? I think
let's watch Bungie Stray Dogs.
Watch Bungie Stray Dogs. I also want to find out who voices Beatrice.
Yeah,
Kira Buckland. Oh shit,
pretty good.
Yeah.
She taking some time off from ignoring Chris Neosi on Twitter to
Oh God, God! Old heads will know the voice of like every female character in Brawl Taunts.
Fuck. Oh, okay. I was like, everyone is always like, oh, so and so has Dio voice, and I realized it was. Like, it doesn't, like, he doesn't sound like, he can do different voice, the Takahito.
Yeah, the thing, like, I think that Takahito is, like, if you've, like, seen him, like, I think Takahito is one of, if not the most immediately recognizable, like, dub voice actors. Like, I think it's either that or, like, Nobuhiko Okamoto when he's shouting, But, voice of Bakugo from My Hero Academia or Nishinoya from Haikyuu, among other things. But I think Takahito does, like, a lot of really fun... Like, there are some times where he just, like, does, like, the stock standard, like, intimidating, like, kind of, silk voice. But, like, the sing-song nature that he puts into this is so fun for me.
It's really good. And it makes me sad that the dub can't match it, but... Mm-hmm. I chose this path. I knew the price I would pay.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
I gotta watch. YouTube is telling me to watch Beatrice Moment's English dub ReZero, and I feel like I gotta check this out.
Yeah. Well.
Not right now.
Not right now. I'm just opening the video. I'm just opening the video in in a tab to watch later.
Yeah.
So yeah, we meet Roswaal Mathers, clown ass. He also has a small hat.
Yeah, he's mayor of Townsville looking ass.
He does have the mayor of Townsville hat.
God.
And he
really
really
pulls
does
it off.
Yeah, he's he looks great. He really pops in that outfit. But so they're all having dinner together, and we find out that Rem is a good cook, and Ram is not. And Subaru's like, oh, twins who are good at different things. So this means Ram is good at cleaning, and Rem is like, yes, Ram is good at cleaning and doing laundry, but also I am better at cleaning and doing laundry, which is just really funny to me.
I have written in my notes, why doesn't Rem, the more talented twin, eat the other sister?
True. Rem... Yeah, just kind of cleans up a lot of Ram's mistakes. I feel like the need to, like, differentiate... I mean, like, obviously their names are different, but, like, they're very close. And, like, I realized when Sarah was speaking, I was like, wow, She says them very similarly, and I'm also going to say them similarly if I'm not careful about this.
I mean, if you want to be like as you could do like R.E.M and R.O.M, but then you're running, but because that is how like the syllable it would be pronounced, because the Japanese
they say
sounds
R.O.M
like that
in the dub, so.
Yeah, but then we're running into the problem of we said old man R.O.M like R.
Well, we only ever call him old man R.O.M, so.
That's true. He is old and man. Well, he's not a man, actually. He's old giant R.O.M, but I digress.
Yeah, he's a male giant, as far as we know.
As far as we know, yeah.
Yeah, we're not getting gender essentialist on R.O.M here.
Yeah. Yeah, so Roswaal explains politics.
Yeah. The king of Lugnica is missing in action. There's going to be a royal selection. And Subaru is like, oh shit, I thought you were going to say oh, I'd have to kill you if I tell you this shit.
Yeah, and
he's like, no, or he doesn't even acknowledge that Subaru says that.
So many of the things Subaru says are just completely ignored by other people for good reason, because he's just saying batshit things to them.
Yeah,
this is like. The Chuck Wendig Flumpty Flu tweet is
no!
Chuck Wendig has been isekai'd from another world and posted that tweet making a bunch of references to things from his home world.
No. I don't want to think about Chuck Wendig isekai'ing into our world. Take him back.
Chuck Wendig isekai'ing into our world.
Take him back.
Send him back to wherever he's from.
Head over the truck, see if that reverses the process.
Please, Truckoon.
Parody.
Truckoon, kill my butt. Truckoon, kill my bad author.
I thought you were going to say Truckoon, kill my boss, and I'm like, well, no. Truckoon is a comrade, I guess.
No. Honestly, if it's actual factual Truckoon sending me to another world, I want to be sent to the other world to get away from Chuck Wendig.
True.
There's a really small thing of Betty or Puck sitting on Betty's lap and her feeding him, and it's just so cute. She loves him so much.
She loves this little kitty spirit.
Yeah. We find out that there is a shadow council that is running the government and will be selecting the new ruler, which is everything above board happening here in Lugnica.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's normal though. Legitimately, that's just real.
Yeah. And
the deep state is picking the new ruler of Lagunica.
I mean, yeah, that is what's happening, and that's actually what would happen.
Yeah,
shadow councils are a thing in real life.
Doesn't the British government literally have a thing just officially
they have
called
the shadow minister?
Yes.
Yeah. It's really great for inspiring faith in the government, but I mean at the same time we don't have that shit, and I don't think anyone in the US has faith. Well, no, that's not true. Liberals have faith in the government for some fucking reason.
People
I mean, the UK is just us, but stupider. So
yeah,
I do not know if I can comfortably say that. We might be dumber.
No, it's aesthetically stupider.
Yeah, aesthetically dumber. It's not necessarily not the people, not the humans that live in the UK, but the actual political stuff is a lot of dumb, weird ancient bullshit. That's all.
Yeah, I will agree. I do agree with that mostly, except for the fact that our government has spent the last year pretending to be stymied by something called a parliamentarian.
Yeah, but they weren't wearing clown shoes and powdered wigs while they were doing it.
Yeah, they weren't having to honor a ceremonial mace that all proceedings must stop if it is removed from its holster.
We're not going to cancel all comedy the day the Queen dies.
God, that kills me. That's literally the funniest thing. That's literally, no one, comedy people wouldn't be able to top that, honestly. So, yeah, it's a good thing it's gonna be canceled that day, because, that's the funniest possible,
How do you feel about the fact that we could be recording this right now and talking about this, and by the time this episode releases, the Queen will be dead? I'm not saying this definitively, but I am thinking, what if we're recording this and then 3 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from now, Morg's sitting down to edit and being like, oh fuck, I forgot all these jokes about the Queen dying.
Yeah.
Not a threat. Just
not
a fact.
Not a threat. Just she is transitioning into phase 2.
She's 9 million years old, so
she's transitioning to phase 2. She's listening to Aaron's Party. Come get it.
I might as well listen to this Eminem fellow.
Eminem revival would kill the Queen dead if she listened to it.
if she heard your booty is heavy duty like diarrhea, she would melt. She would like crumble into dust like the Skeksis Emperor.
The what Emperor?
Skeksis from Dark Crystal.
Oh, I thought you were pronouncing like Xerxes like Full Metal Alchemist the way that it's pronounced, the way that it's written in the anime, which is
or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck.
Caselxus.
Someone should have gotten fired for translating it like that.
I think it's great. I like Celsus.
So. Like
Subaru realizes Subaru is causing problem and Subaru says, "Oh fuck, the royal selection's causing problem. Oh fuck, I realize that I'm really suspect as being a spy. That sucks."
But like he does like Roswaal doesn't acknowledge that he says, "Oh, people, are you like suspicious of me?" Like he just moves past that.
I genuinely feel like half of the things Subaru says are like asides, like Shakespearean asides.
Yeah,
or like
half the stuff he says is like aimed at the fourth wall, and then everyone else in the room is like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Right.
But I mean, being a spy, that's something they have. I mean, they even talk about it later. But like,
yeah,
like they're literally like, yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm suspicious because I just kind of showed up and did stuff."
And then Subaru is like, "Wait, why are you referring to Amelia with such honor, with such reverence?" And he's like, "Well, she's hierarchically above me." And Subaru's like, "Wait, are you a candidate for are you a fucking princess?" And Amelia's like, "I am a potential candidate for the ruler of Luganica."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
she still has to do the Iowa caucus, but then after that, we'll see how things go.
They're checking.
Roswaal
doing the Mayor Pete walk out of the Lugnican
court.
Subaru's teaching her the high hopes dance.
No!
Oh god, Puck would love the high hopes dance.
Oh, he would. I would love to see him do it, though, is the thing.
There is like a GIF in the Discord GIF finder of him doing like one part of it, like where he's like waggling his hands in the top left to the top left of his body. This is a preview of what it will be like when he does the Mayor Pete dance.
Yeah, so like Subaru is refers to her with such like familiarity in comparison to like Roswaal, who's just like, yeah, Amelia-sama, and he's like Amelia-tan, which is like way more familiar than even like Chan is, if I remember correctly. It's just
like up Mealy, which you should never call anyone.
Or Mealy.
Yeah, Amelia Tan is like that's like a nickname. Chan is like if I remember correctly, it's like a diminutive,
right?
Like
Chan is supposed to be like a corruption of Chan. Like it's even like it's how Rena says Kai instead of Kawaii.
Yeah. Because Chan and Kun are like similar. You know? Like
they're like kind
in
of
terms
normal,
of
like referring
like they're like I think they're both like diminutives or whatever. I don't know if that's like the right word for them, but like it's how you would refer to like someone your junior.
Yeah.
Anyways, this and more from someone who took one semester on Japanese.
Yeah, I was just like saying like, damn, he's being like very familiar with
a
princess, which like he's also very familiar with Roswaal later.
Yeah.
Because he's just like Roz-chi.
Roz-chi, yeah.
I'm like, dude, you can't be calling your boss like...
I think he just calls him Roz in the dub.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
still, that's like still very familiar to be calling your boss.
Yeah,
like,
Rozzy baby.
Rozzy.
He can't call him Mr. Mathers because it just makes him think of Eminem, and he just...
I will say in the dub, I may have already said this, but in the dub they pronounce it Mathers. Like, I think they knew what they were doing.
That makes sense. It would be very,
Yeah, they have to. They Subaru cannot call him Mather's son because he just feels the pain of not being able to listen to Eminem anymore.
Yeah.
He says this came out in 2016. You're like, oh fuck, Eminem was going to release a new album next year. Beyonce was going to be on it.
He was going to get political.
He was going to get political. That's an awful hot coffee pot.
That's an awful hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Subaru? Probably not.
I mean, he's probably going to drop it on himself, is the thing.
When did ReZero come? ReZero was
It was like 2016, yeah.
That's so fucked up to think about.
Can't believe this came out.
Do you ever think about the fact that Yuri on Ice was coming out during that election?
No.
I'm sorry. I just
I'm just thinking, I'm like, that, those anime, they feel like both just, so recent, so far away. I can't be doing this right now.
Right.
I think maybe, I'm also stuck in a time loop,
Yeah, we're all looping.
Yeah. Having to think about how 2019 was 2 years ago, it doesn't feel right.
So no. I was going to correct you, and I was like, wait, no, you're right.
That's not
These last 2 years didn't fucking
for
count.
A second, oh yeah, 2019 was 2 years ago. LMAO, no, that's just...
No, that is mathematically correct.
Not when this episode comes out, though. It will be 2022 when this episode comes out. I can take a little bit of heart in that.
The one that always gets me, it doesn't hit me quite as hard anymore, but for all of 2020, remember that this happened this year was, remember how 2020 started with the wet orange president exploding an Iranian diplomat or an Iranian general?
Yep.
Oh my god.
That was a lifetime ago.
I thought that was 2018.
Nope, January 2nd, 2020, baby.
God, remembering a period where war with Iran seemed like a more plausible threat than global pandemic.
Yeah. Remember how January 6th happened this year?
No, it didn't. I mean, it did, but...
Well, not when you're hearing this. It happened last year when you're hearing this. But you know what?
I mean, God forbid it happens again. But
maybe the calendar flipped over to 1/1/2021 again, and we get a fresh shot at all this.
Yeah.
And then it flips to fucking 1984 because that's... Sorry.
Because of the friggin' cancel correctness, am I right? Folks, you ever see how it's more and more is becoming like George Orwell's Animal House? It's fucked up out there. They're not letting you say slurs anymore.
Yeah, they're not letting you say slurs anymore. It's just like George Harrison's
They're not letting
House.
They're not letting you call the weird girl who lives in the library a lolly anymore.
They will not let you do this without sucking you dry of all your mana. It's so fucked up.
Yeah,
kids these days.
That's the toll.
So we find out that Amelia is a potential princess, and that the insignia that they were chasing for the first two episodes was the thing that qualifies you for candidacy. If you hold this rock and it glows in your hand, then you are candidate for princess, right?
It's like a lanyard, yeah.
Yeah, and Super's like, wait, you lost the thing that could make you the ruler? And Amelia's like, it was stolen from me. And Super's like, that's the same thing, but it's not.
Yeah.
If you get pickpocketed, that is not the same as losing your wallet.
Yeah, it's true.
Amelia did nothing wrong.
As far as the council goes, it is the same to them, because either way you don't have it, and either way you would no longer qualify. If you cannot keep track of a silly little rock, you are not fit to rule a kingdom. That's literally what they say. So wow, cool rock.
Wow, cool rock.
Cool rock, man.
Honor.
Subaru is like, damn, I saved the day. I really fucking saved y'all. And Roswaal is like, yes, little boy, you can have anything that you want. And Subaru is like, I'm going to be a pervert. Just kidding. I only have one request. Let me work here.
You can have anything you want.
It's a tough market out there. You know?
And then the Ram, like, there's just a silence, and Ram does a little sneeze.
Yeah. That makes it, the way you were speaking, it made him sound like not Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, but
okay.
Oompa Loompa?
No.
Willy Wonka?
Willy Wonka himself. It made him sound like Willy Wonka. Why can't I think of the name Willy Wonka? Holy shit!
Morg has forgotten Willy Wonka. This toilet is truly going. Kids these days do not even remember the man of William Wonka.
And then, yeah, so... First of all, I think, Sarah, you might be younger than me. Second of all,
am I younger than... What? Actually, yeah, I think you're right.
By like a month.
I am younger than you by a couple of months. Yeah.
But,
you're younger than me by like 10 days.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Fucked up if true.
It is
this
true.
age gap shit.
Yeah.
Canceled for your 10-day age gap.
If it's a double-digit number of days, oof.
Yeah.
Fucking, what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, you made him sound like Willy Wonka, and now I'm thinking about Subaru working for Willy Wonka. That's all I was trying to say. It wasn't even that exciting.
Subaru would make a great Oompa Loompa. Not.
He's already wearing orange.
Yeah,
just as like a worker. I know you mean.
And he's
you don't
orange.
mean it in like a. He's orange.
Racism's the only tracksuit's the only thing he's good for, and he's orange.
Yeah, so he's working for Roswaal now, I guess.
Yeah, we cut to like the outfit room where he's like trying on a tux that does not fit him. It looks like he's wearing his dad's clothes, and he has like some throwaway line about like, oddly, some of the girls' stuff fits me, which is like,
yeah,
it's funny that like we listen again. Natsumi Schwartz real.
Natsumi Schwartz real, and we are going to see her eventually
in season 8 of the anime.
In season 8, like in between, like I have jokes for this, but they're spoilers, so.
Boo.
Felt recording her podcast. I guess that's not really a spoiler.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's trying on his clothes. Too big. They would make fun of his appearance. Very rude.
R.E.M says he has scary eyes.
Yeah. I was like, his eyes aren't that scary, are they?
I think people tell him that a lot. Like he's got kind of scary eyes.
He's got unusual
crazy eyes.
Yeah, he gets that a lot throughout the course of the series, I think. Like, a lot of people tell him, oh, dude, your eyes are fucked up.
I'm just so used to, like, Amelia having, like, these wide purple-ass eyes, so I'm just like, they seem, like, normal. I don't know.
Yeah, his eyes are, like, I guess, like, in comparison to everyone else, like, his eyes seem a little bit, like, beady-er.
He's looking for gold in them there hills.
Yeah, that's what it is. Ram. This is the part where Ram starts calling him Barusu, which is fun. Just rearranging the syllables in his name.
Barusu.
Barbasol.
Amelia says, "Hey, just checking in, making sure you're all right in there. We believe in you. All right, gotta study. Peace." And then leaves. The twins measure him. He does a pervert noise. They show him around the house.
He sure does do a pervert noise.
He opens the door into the bathroom and finds Betty cuddling with Puck.
Yeah, she's just on her bed, just like kicking her feet up.
Yeah.
Like petting Puck.
Yeah.
Living the life, I must say.
Yeah, he makes a snide comment and she blasts him out of the room.
What is it, like a cross? Like, she can just kind of appear
door
wherever.
crossing. Like, she can, like, her thing is just that, like, she hides herself behind one of the many doors in the Roswaal Mansion, and it's Subaru is just really good at finding the door which she is in, which is really funny. Like, as far as I know, there's no explanation ever given for this. He's just literally as he says, a flag crusher. Like,
he's just rolling a nat 20 every time it comes to open the door.
He's the flag crusher. He knows what to do next to go down the right routes in a dating sim or whatever.
Yeah.
He does say flag crusher. I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, it's I said dating sim, like visual novel, really writ large, like, you know, flags, like
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's flags in a game to trigger certain things. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like how like he's a Mario Kart flag crusher too. He gets
to just the right part of the course that it counts as a lap, and then
he's got the Frappe Snowland IL.
Oh, and then
again, where is that isekai?
He makes game masters cry.
He does. He makes Game Master Anthony. He's the one character that from everything that's not invited to Game Master Anthony's birthday party. Oh, disinvited from Game Master Anthony's birthday party again.
Sad.
Game Master Anthony just sends out invitations to the people who doesn't want to show up, and Subaru is the only one that receives them.
Yeah.
Because he makes Game Master Anthony cry every time.
Betty, she like oversees the library, because it has like all this like forbidden books and shit in it. Because like Roswaal is the greatest magic user. Yeah,
and Betty's just like the protector of his books.
Yeah.
We don't like if she likes. I mean, I guess we don't know because she's not human. Who knows what she is, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll find out.
We know what she is, I think, by the end of the second season, but I actually don't remember. No, I remember what it is. Yeah. It's not a, like, big thing or anything.
Yeah,
but
we'll get there.
We'll get there. Shh. There's a super, like, after Ram finishes showing him around the estate, he's like, shouldn't Amelia have been doing this? Ram asks him, like, hey, any questions? And he's like, shouldn't Amelia have been doing this? And Ram says, if you have no questions, here's my itinerary today. And she, like, goes through, like, a list at, like, and like, starts talking faster as it goes, and, like, and VHS, like, fast forward, like, effects start showing up.
This part's delivered really well in the dub.
Yeah, and then it just hard cuts to sunset, and Subaru is wiped.
Yeah. Oh, there is a point where he says that, like, oh boy, I can't wait for my butler powers to activate, and he's like, he's God, still convinced he's convinced he's going to be the special boy main character somehow.
Yeah.
He's gotten bargained down to thinking, I'm going to be the best butler ever.
I'm going to be the best magician ever. I'm going to save the day. Okay, if I can't do any of that, I will be. You know, maybe this is like a niche isekai. Maybe this is an isekai about like the world's best butler. Okay, no. Maybe it's like the world's
he's one hell
best.
Of a butler.
He is one hell. Well, he's not a great butler.
No, he sucks at being a butler, but like
very pointedly so.
Yeah. Rem shows up to his room and brings him his cool tux, and he's like, oh, I need to make a little adjustment of this, and he, like, starts sewing, and he's a little gay boy.
Yeah, she says, like, she rushed for it, because, like, normally she takes a lot of care of the Roswaal's clothes.
Yeah.
But for this, she was like, yeah, I don't care about this guy.
Yeah, I don't fucking care you.
It fits him great, like, either way.
Yeah,
he's
like,
dripping. Damn, it fits.
Yeah. And he knows how to sew.
Yeah.
This is like the one thing he knows.
Because he's our beautiful bi-gender, bisexual child, and we love him.
I can't sew, and I'm gay. Sad.
I'm in the process of learning. Well,
I can't sew.
Now I'm like picturing like Subaru is just like he just like makes cosplays and stuff. I'm just like thinking about this now.
Again, this all ties back into the Natsume Schwartz shit.
Yeah, it's like I don't get why they put such an important Rosetta Stone for his character, like just hidden away.
Right, it's so weird.
That is like weird. That it's. I mean, how is it? I'm wondering like how it's treated, right? Because like it could be like.
Right, no, totally. I'm always on high alert for like man in the dress type shit, but and I haven't read the light novels at all, but I will say that like I have not heard anything untoward about it. Like it's obviously entirely possible that there is just like Tape's doing some inherent comedy of haha man in a dress, but like if that is there, I have not been exposed to it.
Sure, okay.
But again, like, from what I understand, like, this has shown up in a very limited capacity. Like, Subaru did very much present it as a joke when he was like, oh, the best way to introduce myself to my high school classmates is to dress up like a girl and get really into it and learn how to sew and, like, do the perfect dressing up as a woman, haha, as a prank.
God.
It's impossible. It's impossible to say what's going on with what Tappei's up to. Really,
it's impossible to say what's going on with Subaru's gender.
Really, just unfathomable. What's happening with that boy?
Yeah,
he is overwhelmed by his job. He gets full marks for sewing, but not for anything else.
Yeah, the next day he's cutting himself a shitload in the kitchen because he can't handle a knife.
He's doing that old SNL sketch about Julia Child.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
Oh yeah, it's just he's just chopping parts of his hand off.
The only old SNL sketch I know is clown penis fart.
That's not that old.
I know that's like what, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you laugh every fucking time though.
Subaru does see some clown penis in this one. So
he sure does, huh?
God, Subaru shows clown penis too.
He does.
He does.
Subaru's like, I will show you how I can cut his with my favorite blade, Shooting Star, and then he immediately cuts himself again, like before he can finish saying the name of Shooting Star.
He's a disaster with a knife.
There's just like a bit of a mini montage here of him just like absolutely massacring his hands, like cutting a finger off on the fucking, like, when trimming a rose bush, things of this nature.
Yeah.
We cut to nighttime, and it's been 5 days, and we get a shot of, like, Roswaal in his office and R.E.M, like, sitting on his lap, and they're just, like, talking about, hey, do you think Subaru's a spy? And R.E.M's like, he seems pretty useless. I kind of doubt it. I didn't write down most of the rest of their conversation here, though. I kind of feel like I should have, but,
they call him, like, so, it's kind of weird, like, they're kind of, I don't have everything about it, but I did write this one note that it's like they're only children, nothing will happen. Like with Subaru and Amelia.
Mm-hmm. Amelia, yeah, because they're like looking out the window at Amelia, like communing with the spirits outside, and then Subaru like walks up to her, and they're just like observing them.
Yeah, I feel like because I don't know fully what's going on with the maids. I'm just like the vibes of like them being just like pet by Roswell's very strange.
Do we get what's going on with the maids in the first half of the season or the second half? I think it's the first half.
It's the first half. I'm pretty sure.
We'll find that out pretty fast, I think.
I just wanted to like flag that up. Like I figured it was less weird than it looks like, but it's just like because I know there is something going on with the maids. I know it's like I just don't know what.
The thing is that these first couple episodes, like these first episodes where Roswaal is introduced, they really present him to you as a sexual clown man, and he's really not that. And it's weird that he like does the opposite Hisoka.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping for, because I was like, people seem to like him, so, and I don't know if
I'd say I like him, but like.
He's entertaining, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. He's a very entertaining character. And again, the Koyasu sing-song voice never, ever gets old for me.
True.
Same.
True. Yeah. No, he's a good voice. It's just like, that's another reason I was like, I might be just being more forgiving for him, because I like his funny voice.
Yeah.
His funny sing-song voice.
Amelia and Subaru are having fun, and they're watching the moon, and they're having a fun time. And she's like, why do you keep asking for shit that's like so small? Like, cause she's referring to, like, you know, when he saved her life, he demanded her name. When Puck said, I'll do anything, he was like, I want to pet your cute little kitty tummy all the time. And so on. And he's like, I only ask for stuff that I want then and there, and things that I want from the bottom of my heart. And Subaru's like, I could have just gotten a bunch of money from Roswaal, but I really want to work and have a place to live. And to which Amelia says, why not be a permanent guest instead of an employee? And Subaru's like, Fuck!
I wish I'd thought of that.
Fuck! I should have lied.
I realized later at first when because he spoilers, I guess he repeats this over. I was like, why didn't he just do that this time? But I realized it's because he's trying to go as close to
replicate the loop
as possible. But yeah, he feels like a dummy.
This is an extremely small thing, but it made me actually cry the first time that I watched this episode. Which was when he Amelia looks at his hands oh my god, they're so cut and battered. Do you want me to heal them? And he's like, no, I consider them a proof of my effort. And he's like, I don't dislike exerting myself. I like to learn new things. And
yeah, it's legitimately a very sweet moment, I think, and I think one of the most important character moments for Subaru for sure.
I liked that. I liked that moment a lot. I liked that he was kind of a clown learning stuff, except he knows how to sew for some reason. But then he's just kind of a creep again later in this scene.
Yeah, he's pushing his luck a little bit.
He pushes his luck a little bit, but I think the thing I think I have proven that I will call Subaru out when he's being a creep. I do think that when Amelia smiles and the rose petals flutter into frame and he's oh, EMA, Amelia Tan, Major Angel. It's really cute to me.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't find it cute necessarily. I just found it whatever. The part that I didn't love was when he was Amelia Tan, please, can I be in your arms, chest, and lap in rotation? Shut the fuck up.
I forgot about that line. Yeah, that's cringe of him.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Amelia just brushes it off, but if someone was like that, I'd be what the fuck,
right.
Dude?
Yeah.
I would not be able to brush this off like Amelia does.
She just writes so much of it off as him being this guy's a freak from another country. There must be some cultural thing I'm misunderstanding, but no, it's no. Come on, you gotta be meaner to him. I mean, well, he would like.
He would like that. Fuck no.
She needs to just stonewall him like the maids do.
Yeah, exactly.
She needs to stonewall him and throw a brick at him.
Subaru threw the first brick at Stonewall.
Subaru did. Natsumi Schwartz threw the first brick at Stonewall.
So true.
He talks about all the ways that his hands got fucked up, and he's like, oh, this one, I cut my finger on the rose bush. This one, a dog bit me. This one, I cut my finger peeling a tater in the kitchen. The
dog maybe gave me rabies.
Yeah, Lugnican rabies.
And that's why I die later.
Yeah, it's very sad. He dies in his sleep from rabies.
That's what I was like, that's not what happened, is it? That's my first thought. I legitimately was oh, he died from rabies. What the fuck?
Subaru's like, hey, you should come into town with me and meet this weird fucked up dog that bit my hand and gave me rabies.
You should try rabies sometime, Amelia.
Nothing like it. It's an acquired taste for sure. But Amelia says, if I go into town with you, everyone will be racist to me. And Subaru says, I don't care. I don't see race.
That is kind of what he says, huh? Because she makes it more out to be oh, I'm gonna cause trouble for you, and he's like, no, I want you to come anyway. I don't care.
Yeah.
But it is much funnier to think of it as no, I don't want to go into town because they're going to be racist to me. It's
yeah,
they need to stop seeing race like me.
Yeah, they need to become enlightened and not, yeah. I think it's also I think it's half that and also half Amelia being well, I mean, if the princess of the neighboring town just walks in, it's I don't know, if I don't know. I was gonna I was trying to think okay,
if Joe Biden walked into town.
If Joe Biden walks into town, it's on site.
On site, giving him a handshake. That's what you mean.
I thought you were gonna say hand job.
Oh no!
It means you are going to see him.
If I see Joe Biden at Wegmans, it is on site, by which I mean when I see him, I will see him. It's tautological, you see.
That's all. Yeah. That's all she means. That's all.
She just goes into town in the village and just like walk up to her and like adopt like a fighting game stance and they're like, alright, square up.
Yeah, Amelia did talk a lot about her friend Corn Pop in this one.
People in town just saying like ooh you behind her back.
Ooh, you all assassinate Amelia. Gonna shoot her with magic. I learned it from Betty yesterday, and I found her address in Lugnica. You don't need her address. You need her fucking zip code.
Yeah.
Subaru, like, he and Amelia make a date to go into town the next day, and Subaru's, like, singing a little song, walks into Betty's room, and he's just, like, does absolutely fucking, like, I can do this effortlessly now. I'm just that good. And, I mean, he is that good at doing this one thing. She, like, kicks him out, literally. Like, I think she literally, like, kicks him. She does not magic blast him, she, like, kicks him.
Sometimes you just want to kick him instead of
sometimes
magic.
This is so true. Sometimes you do just want to kick Subaru.
Yeah. She did a Fresh Prince voice. Might as well kick it.
Might as well kick it. He's going to bed and he's making all kinds of plans for his day tomorrow, and he's like, oh, I can't sleep with all this anxiety. I know what I'll do. I'll count pucks to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then he wakes up in the room from the start of the episode and
does
like
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, he does a silly little pose when R.E.M and Ram are there, and they're like doing their silly little twin routine from the beginning of the episode, and he looks at his fingies and there's no wounds anymore, and this is the thing that made me cry the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
And the sound plays, and we get the episode title of The Happy Roswaal Mansion Family. We are halfway through this episode with an hour and 24 minutes down. Fuck.
Shit. Fuck.
Definitely.
I feel like the second part went way faster for me. So
yeah, I think that's true for me as well. Because we're gonna be able to like truncate a lot of things by like, oh, this loops.
Yeah. R.E.M asks if he pooped the bed.
Yeah, you shit yourself? You shit your pants and cry? The song of the witch plays. The song plays while Subaru looks at his perfect unscuffed gamer hands.
He hates it.
His perfect feminine hands.
Yeah. He's doing the Eminem Marshall Mathers, Eminem and Slim Shady alter ego thing, but it's his alter ego Natsumi Schwartz making the posts.
Yeah. And Roswaal is, of course, Countess Bucci Flagrante.
he is Countess Bucci Flagrante is the thing.
Very much so.
R.E.M and Rem are staring at him, and he's very not happy. And I like the detail of them being nice to him this time because he's not immediately being a fucking pervert to them.
Yeah, he just seems fucking out of it, and they're like, "Well, we don't know why." So...
Are you okay, sir? Sir, are you okay, sir?
You good?
Yeah. He like sprints out of the room and like starts crying because everything rewound. Like he's breathing really heavy. He runs into Betty's room and like slumps against the door, and it's like it's a bit of a trauma response to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, just, especially the thing of, like, him, like really just breathing out, like, breathing so heavily and, like, trying to catch himself. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, him going into, just, like, whatever room he could, which, you know, happened to be Beatrice's library.
He's just so good at it, they can do it subconsciously.
Like, and just kind of, like, curling into a ball, like, sitting down
and
not,
collapses.
like, responding. Like, I was like, damn, big mood. But, like, no, I'm like saying that jokingly, but I like actually meant it. But
no, yeah, like it is very like whenever I've had like after my injury 4 years after I like broke my ankle like 4 years ago, like it was like a really traumatic experience for me, and like I would be sent into I just like had a lot of panic attacks regarding it in the time after, and I still do occasionally. And it just felt very similar to me. I don't know. The heavy breathing, the, like, I don't know. It felt very,
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, interesting because he didn't, as far as we know, he didn't, like, experience the pain of dying again.
Right. Like, no, but, like, again, to relate it to my thing, like, I do not, when I do still experience, like, these trauma responses, like, it's not because I feel the pain again, it's because I'm, like, reminded of the things that, like, the awful thing that happened.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Which, like, I mean, it definitely delves into it later in the series, but, like, Subaru gets some real fucking trauma in this series.
Yeah. You would too if you, like...
If I died a bunch, I definitely would, have a lot of trauma about it.
If you died and also, like, saw people you knew die and, like, of had to, like, in order to, like, even, like, save them the next time or whatever, like... you'd have to die again anyway, you know? Like, that's, I mean, that's why, like, I have a hard time being like, yeah, no, I fucking hate this kid. It's more just like, he's just cringe, and also he's going through a lot. That's all.
The epic highs and lows of Natsuki Subaru.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's really it in there.
Yeah. So yeah, he has a trauma response, and he runs into Betty's room, and she remembers him. Subaru's like, wait, you remember me? And she's like, if I could, I would erase you from my fucking memory. But yeah, I remember you. Which is, it's interesting.
At first I thought that it was because she just remembers everything he's done. But, like, I think it was just because, like, she had done the thing where she did the cheese stuff. And then,
the couple of minutes before she sucked his mana dry. Yeah, that does make sense. I definitely interpreted it like I interpreted it as her, like, remembering him across timelines, like her being unstuck in time because of some weird, like, asterisk on her door, whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember.
Oh, you don't find out?
We might, but I don't actually remember.
Okay.
I don't think it's confirmed or denied either way in this episode.
Not in this one, but it might be eventually. I truly don't recall, though.
Because I was like, damn, I feel like she could... Well, she doesn't really like him, but I was like, maybe eventually she could, like, help him be like, yeah, this is why you're fucking dying all the time and coming back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Subaru's like, okay, I got a new save point, I guess. I gotta go make sure of something. I'll be depressed later. And he leaves.
She calls him a pervert.
She's right to do it.
Yeah.
God, I'm so, like, sad because this is what I asked for. I was like, oh, give him a new save point, and now I'm just like, is this better? I guess so.
Yeah, it's better because he doesn't have to, like, fucking run the gambit of, like, perfectly dodging Elsa's last-minute attack and, like, getting diced in just the right place to not die of tummyitis.
It is better, but it's also, like, fuck.
Right. So he runs outside to the courtyard to see Amelia, like, walking back and forth, very frantic, and she, like, sees him. She's like, "Oh, Subaru, you're okay. The Rem and Ram said you ran off, like, crying, and I was really worried about you. And I also was worried that Betty played a mean trick on you before you woke up." And Subaru's like, "I just like to look at you.
I just think you're neat."
Yeah, he does just think she's neat. Amelia's like, "Are you okay?" And Subaru's like, "Yeah, I'm doing great. My physical body is shot. My mana got sucked dry. My brain is doing awful, but I'm doing good." And Amelia's like, "Oh, that's good. Wait, doesn't that mean you're fucked up all over?"
Yes, and he is fucked up. He did just have a panic attack. He's fine, though.
Yeah, he had a panic attack, but he's fine. Puck, like, crawls out of from behind Amelia, like, from in between, like, Puck crawls out from Amelia's hair and is like, oh, he's, like, rubbing his eyes, like, "Hey, Subaru, still sleepy, but thanks for the help last night." And Subaru does the, I must give you, you must let me pet you whenever I want again thing.
Yeah.
Subaru says, "Oh yeah, okay, our time is fleeting. Our story's only just begun." And we get like a flashback of what happened in the first half of this episode, and being like, "I will keep my promise to Amelia. I will get past this night that killed me." And Subaru again says that, "I want to work here." And we get to Rem and Ram taking him to the costume closet again, and Rem is just Subaru is just, like, traipsing through the whole thing, like very confidently. And it's like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do. He's like, yep, I'm going to walk over here. And R.E.M is very suspect of him.
Yeah, because he's acting insane.
Yeah. The things are not happening in the same order as last time, though, because R.E.M is like, well, we're not going to fit you for these clothes this right now, and we're not going to show you around. We need you to just, like, start helping out, which is not the order things happened in the first time. But Subaru does a bunch of stuff and then takes a bath to relax and ease his tired bones. And then naked Roswaal shows up.
Funny clown shows up naked.
Yep, and is standing right behind Subaru, so like his zone is blocked by Subaru's head. But based on the amount of real estate that we see as Roswaal swings his hips back and forth as behind Subaru's head, I can confidently say that there is no dick on that man. I don't know what this means. I do not know what this means that if Roswaal is a transmask icon or if Roswaal is just like smooth like a Ken doll down there.
Clown penis fart delivering the 404 message.
Both are so. All of that is plausible to me. It might be all of them, you know, like somehow at once.
Yeah.
He's also like, so he like starts like talking to, being like, oh, I want to bathe in here. Also, it's my property. Oh, you work for me now. Doesn't that make you my property?
Yeah, and he has like a sexual pose, and then Subaru just bites his hand.
It has like the shoujo bubbles and stuff too.
Yeah, it does.
And then like Subaru without like hesitance, like just bites.
No hesitation. What's the hold up? Biting in a foreign doing donuts. God, I watched Brooks's Revolver Ocelot, No Sad No Bad edit again like 4 times this morning before I left for work. It's so fucking funny.
I need to watch it. I don't think I've seen it.
It's very good.
You'll love it. Revolver Ocelot is there.
Who in Nave? And you can answer this question even if it is the name of a character who has not yet been talked about in the show. Who is the character who is most you was waiting, I was chasing, stomping out the store, Gucci bracelet, etc., etc.?
Garfield.
He was stomping out the store, Gucci bracelet.
I
can't wait to meet Garfield.
Watch his whole life change like a movie.
I could explain this actually, but it would involve doing season 2 spoilers. So
big body range, pull up in a tank.
That was I wish so bad I could expand on this.
You could do it off air without me.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, rip.
Subaru's like, damn, R.E.M sucks ass at her job. All R.E.M does is cover for her. And Roswell's like, you got some fucking nerve talking about my employees like this, motherfucker.
I was like very surprised, like to his face. He's just like, wow, R.E.M fucking sucks.
Yeah, your employees are dog shit, dude.
Just one of them. The other one's good.
Just one of them. The other one's good. Yeah.
Subaru's speaking to the manager.
Again, why does R.E.M, the superior twin, not just eat the other one?
It's true.
It's because R.E.M is her big sis, and she's gotta love her, I guess. I don't know.
Is R.E.M the big sister? I can never keep.
I think R.E.M is the older one. Yeah.
R.E.M.
Yeah. Okay.
The red.
R.E.M.
This is like a plot point too, and I can never keep it straight because twins. When
twins say that one of them is older, no, they aren't.
Right, exactly. But R.E.M is like, yeah, she is older than me.
So Subaru walks out of the bathroom with his pee out, and R.E.M sees him fully butt-ass booty. Norman Reedus butt-ass booty-ass. Hold on, let me find the full. Yeah, let me find the full post.
Booty-ass hand slap. I knew a lot of it for some reason.
Yeah. It's
blanking. Oh, because Pot of Greed used to do it as they're exiting.
Natsuki Subaru booty ass dirt hand slap prince ass naked butt ass naked ass out mud covered booty ass naked ass out butt ass naked booty cheeks butt ass naked booty out naked ass Norman Beavis butt ass naked mud slap butt cheeks Bappy 1.
Yes.
Norman Norman Natsuki Barusu butt ass naked mud slap butt cheeks Bappy 1.
Fair.
My thoughts exactly.
Thank you.
She does make fun of his little dicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says,
put that pathetic thing away.
She says, put that sorry thing away, and then she says, I'm here to help Roswell. She says, I'm here to help Roswell with his clothes, and she holds up like a pile of towels with a Morpeko themed thong on top of it.
It is kind of Morpeko themed, huh?
Yeah, because it's yellow and black. Ram says, I'm going to visit you in your room later. And then we cut to Subaru meditating in his room and be like, she didn't mean anything by it. She didn't mean anything by it. I'm going to count Amelia's to get my mind off it. Amelia Ton, 1 Amelia Ton, 2 Amelia Ton, 3 Amelia Ton. And then Ram just pops into the room and is like, hey, I'm here to teach you how to read and write. And Subaru says, what up? I'm Subaru, I'm 19, I never fucking learned how to read.
Yeah, because she just knew that he didn't know how to read. Somehow.
Yeah, based on the way that he acts, I can fathom gathering that. I cannot think of an example, but if you observe someone for a couple of days and they do not know how to read or write, I think you would be able to pick up on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or at least read or write the language. And she needs to send him shopping and do other errands, and it's really funny that she's very nakedly I want to train you so that I can offload some of my shit onto you.
Yeah.
She's also if I offload shit onto you, then Rem gets to offload shit onto you. She just acknowledges, she just says the quiet part loud that she's just dude, I do shit, and then Rem cleans up after me.
Yeah, and then Super's like, well, I kind of appreciate that, and she does a little smug face, is I do believe my honesty is my most charming feature, and I fucking love Ram. I'm kind of mid on Rem. Rem is fine. I don't hate her or anything, but Ram is just.
They're both really good in different ways.
I like them both. I like that. Rem
their personalities
sweet and
I mean, Sarah knows I'm a big Rem head, so
yeah. I'm always calling you this. You love Dimension and albums of that nature.
What?
It's a R.E.M. album. Come on,
the fucking band.
Yeah, R.E.M.
That's the album you went with?
I couldn't think of anything else off the top of my head. What other? What?
Out of Time, Document, Automatic for the People, Monster.
What did I say?
You said Dimension.
Is that the name of an album?
I don't think so.
I think I meant to say Document instead of Dimension. I apologize.
Yeah, you better be sorry.
I'm penning a notes app apology as we speak.
I'm sorry for not knowing the band R.E.M.
not knowing the fake album.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to our R.E.M. fans that listen to this podcast. I know we have 1,000 of them.
We are. If our Twitter followers are to be believed, we are a huge R.E.M. fan.
Yeah, that's true. We're also we love the Los Angeles Rams.
Yep, we love Khaleesi.
We do love Khaleesi. Not thrilled about the content that seems to be suggesting to our account, but
God, TERFs latching on to Daenerys Targaryen is really funny to me.
It's so fucking stupid. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, but there's a fun little thing that I like, which is that the language in this land has 3 alphabets, just very similar to Japanese, and
Subaru's what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
that's Subaru so complicated.
I'm Subaru writes, so does Japanese has 3 alphabets too.
Yeah, Subaru writes. He writes his name and Subaru on the scene in katakana and kanji, and Ram is don't waste time on doodles. Don't fucking draw shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I was what the fuck.
Subaru's I will become as useful as soon as possible. Isn't that right, Ram? And then he turns around and Ram is just fucking knocked out.
She literally has cartoon Z's coming out of her mouth.
It's so funny.
It's very funny.
He's learning he's learning his glyphs from this book of fairy tales.
Yeah, he's learning how to cast all the spells from The Witcher.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what any of the spells were called. I wish I'd played that game long enough to remember any of them.
I've never played The Witcher, so.
Oh, well.
Is this when we get,
He casts the naked elf spell or whatever the fuck.
What?
Isn't that the thing about The Witcher? Is the elves always got their titties out or whatever?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say that, like, isn't that the thing about The Witcher that Geralt has a spell that makes elves naked?
He might. I don't know that he doesn't.
Are you telling me that, like, you would not love to see, like fucking Legolas booty ass hand slap butt cheeks?
You know? You got a point.
Yeah, but
I mean, clearly Geralt has, like, a spell to make himself naked so he can get in that friggin' tub.
True. He is always in that tub. That's all I know about him, is that he has a tub, and people post that fucking emoji.
It's so funny that that's what you know about him, because that is how the game starts, and I do not know if Bathtub Geralt ever happens again. It's just the very start of the game that, like, he just presents his stinky feet to the camera.
That is the one part of The Witcher that I know, is that he's sitting there in his tub, and there's a lady with a hat, but her ass is out.
I know a few other things, like, I know he has, like, a boyfriend.
Why is she wearing a hat if her ass is out? That's just always troubled me. Sorry, I cut across you there.
Oh, I mean, all I was talking about was Gerald's boyfriend. I don't know shit about anything. Yeah. But anyway, so, fucking... Is this when we, like, get clips
we go to the... This is when we go to the fitting room again, and they're giving Subaru his new tux, and he's like, "Oh, no need for me to fix this one with my sewing skills this time." And Rem's like, "Oh, you can sew?" And Subaru does some pervert shit. He's like, "Oh, I'll sew for you. I'll make you the ultimate outfit." And he's like, "Oh, you only have one outfit? That's weird." He says, "Cute girls have a duty to dress up so they please the eyes of others."
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Fucking shut up!"
Like he is being like a creep in this one, but. I think there is, like, there's something, like, genuinely kind of sweet about his offer. Like, aside from, like, him saying, like, "Oh, I'll make you the risque outfits," there is, like, something kind of nice about him offering, like, "I could just make you some casual wear or something."
Right.
It's not the risque part, it's the, like, part, like, where he's just like, "Cute girls have a duty to dress up to look appealing to others." Like, that was the part that rubbed me the wrong way. Like, it's one thing to be like...
that shit does suck. Do not take this as me, like, excusing his behavior here.
It is... Again, not to excuse, but I think that, like, for similar reasons, the main character of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, like, the way that that character and Subaru talk are, like, very... Like, I don't know, like, it is definitely horny in a way that I don't like, but, like, it is a very different thing from, like a Mineta from My Hero Academia, for example.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't like it, but, like, it's something unquantifiable. Like, it feels like covering up, like, a shortcoming or something with the...
Yeah, it feels like there is, like... For better or for worse, there's, like, a sincerity to it, I think.
Does feel like he's overcompensating in some way, but, like, in a way that's, like...
Yeah.
Not, yeah, like, in a different way than, like, what I picture, like, normal anime pervert character, but, like, still, I want to make sure, like...
He's no Jiraiya.
No, yeah, no. He's also, like,
I did almost just say Jirachi.
I did think you were going to say Jirachi.
Jirachi!
Damn, get that iron head.
I
mean, perverts do use Serene Grace.
If you use Jirachi,
so.
You're kind of a pervert, because that fucking Serene Grace, that's kind of pervert shit, I gotta say.
You got your Serene Grace Ironhead, you got your Serene Grace fucking Snore.
Got that
disgusting.
Yeah, no. Like, that flinch hack stuff, paraflinch stuff, that's some, like, pervert shit. I'm saying that as someone who kind of wants to giraffe Jirachi.
Jirachi is cool.
Giraffe Jirachi, not
It's
giraffe.
just easy to wait. It's just easy to use Jirachi in a way that's pervert.
It's pervert shit.
Doesn't it get U-turned too?
Yeah.
I mean, everything fucking gets U-turned.
Not everything gets U-turned. I would invite you to look at my fucking team this season.
Oh, look at my team last season.
Yeah, true. God.
But, like, I don't know. A lot of stuff gets U-turned. It's like... We're talking about Pokemon.
The thing is that so many good Pokemon get U-turned that I sometimes forget that it's like those Pokemon are good because they get U-turned and other reasons. Like people play Corviknight over Skarmory, and I imagine that the fact that Corviknight gets U-turned and Skarmory doesn't is a major reason. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting way too in the weeds. I'm so sorry. We're almost at 2 hours. I'm so sorry.
No, it's just like you started going into that after Neve was like, wait, we're talking about Pokemon. Well, hopefully that just means someone will ask us about, like,
yeah, please
Pokemon
ask us
games.
questions about the OU meta. I don't play OU, but I watch a lot of videos of people playing like fucking dog shit things in OU.
No, I was gonna say, like, ask us what teams like Subaru and stuff would have.
Subaru is pile of swine, so
yeah, Subaru's pile of swine. Jot that down. he would have a Frost last named Amelia is the thing.
Yeah, he would. We find out also that, like, Subaru cuts his own fucking hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a funny detail.
He would have a Craniatos named Patrash. Just sorry, I'm done.
I don't know who that is, Sarah.
Cranidos?
Cranidos,
No,
yeah.
I know Cranidos. I don't know the thing she named.
Oh, you haven't met Patrash yet. You'll love her.
Yeah,
she's great.
Anyways, I figured saying that name is okay because I had a Pokemon named after Patrash in the league last season.
I mean, they're not really a character that. Yeah,
they're a character. Well,
yeah,
we can't. Okay, let's stop talking around this. Subaru is like cute. Subaru says that stupid shit about cute girls have a duty to dress up so they please the eyes of others. But Rem says my sister would be cute, but no one would want to see me dressed up. Subaru says, "Well, I would," and Rem immediately just fires back with, "What's the point of making you happy?" To which he says, "Morale boost to improve productivity."
And then she ignores him.
I just again coming in on I do not like Subaru's horny, but the reason that it feels like less awful to me is because he is like imagine this conversation with a typical horny anime character like Mineta,
right.
Hero Academia. He would not say why should I make you happy? Mineta would not say a morale boost would greatly improve my productivity.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense that this is Subaru being horny rather than Tape just being like, okay, I'm gonna make him be horny here for hijinks. And for no other reason. And
I have a weak spot for Subaru's patter.
Yeah.
He's fun.
He's nice.
Subaru says you love your sister too much, and Rem doesn't respond. She just kind of leaves. Rem is really suspect of the way Subaru's acting because we're back in the kitchen. She's glaring at him.
Yeah, she's visibly side-eyeing him.
Yeah, and this is when we find out that Subaru cuts his own hair, and because Rem is like, your hair is fucking shit, dude, and Subaru's like, oh, I did such a good job cutting it. We find out that Rem is the resident hairdresser. We see a short little scene of Rem completely fucking up the trimming of some rose bushes and Rem fixing it.
Mm-hmm. Or they're hedges, I think.
Oh yeah, they are hedges. I keep saying rose bushes. They're not rose bushes.
Yeah, they're torn up by Rem. And
then, she does not do a very good job cutting them, and then Rem cuts them into fucking Edward Scissorhands masterpieces.
Yeah. There's a dinosaur at one point, I think.
Yeah. Are there dinosaurs in Lugnica?
I guess.
Well, we have ground dragons.
We do have ground dragons.
Those are kind of dinosaurs.
Well, we don't have a ground dragon yet, in Pokemon.
Yeah, there's no Garchomp. Anyway,
oh yeah, we do have a ground dragon.
Yeah, I was there's a ton of... There's 3 of them.
You got Garchomp, you got Flygon.
Oh yeah.
And Zygarde.
Yeah.
I forget that Zygarde is dragon all the fucking time.
Every legendary is dragon
I never played that one. So I never played that gen, so I guess that's fair for me.
Yeah.
His eyes take on an obscene look. Why is that my next note? Oh, because that's when he's talking to Rem. Sorry. I think I jumped ahead a little bit with that one.
Rem walks up to Rem and is like, hey, cut his hair. And Rem's like, I don't know. And Rem's like, you keep staring at him because of his hair, right?
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. And she's like, oh yeah, right. So true, bestie. We cut to Betty, who's watching them again, and then Puck comes and just has a little snacky with her.
They're cute.
It's cute. I just love Betty just feeding Puck. It's just very cute.
Yeah.
He's just a little kitty.
He's a little boy.
Rem comes in while Subaru is cleaning the bath later and apologizes for some of the shit that she said earlier. She seems to think that he's above her in the hierarchy of the household because he saved Amelia. What my next note says, that's what makes being human so hard, but I don't remember what Rem says that prompted that.
She
was
just apologizing and she was saying stuff I don't know, she was just making comments and stuff, and he had said hey, it's fine, being like saying shit being human. I think it was something along those lines. I'm not like saying it right, but it made sense in context.
Yeah, I admit I zoned out a little bit during this one. I was making marinara sauce while I was watching this episode, so...
Yeah.
I think Sarah and I were both kind of rushing to finish.
A little bit. Maybe haters will say this about me.
I was too. I said Sarah and I, so like...
Yeah. Haters will say this about us. But yeah, so Super says, I have a condition, and if you agree, I will forget all that stupid shit that you said to me earlier. And Rema's like, oh boy, here it comes. His condition is comb my hair and even out the sides a little bit. And I know we talked about this, or like when they get into this about his like quote unquote lack of ambition with his like when he asks for things, but like I truly do like love it about him, and it's a fun little parallel because it's like Rem tells him this in this loop, whereas Amelia was talking to him about it last time. Mm-hmm. Which I think is fun.
Rem says, I believe, like that Amelia said this about him, like in private.
Oh yeah, that does make sense. But like he has the conversation about it with Rem.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this loop, like that'll happen.
Yeah.
But she just is like, wow, Amelia is right. You don't have ambitions. What
you
the
have
fuck?
No ambition. You crave no gains.
He's like, I crave plenty
He's not
of
on
gains.
that grind set.
He's just vibing, you know?
Yeah, he's just vibing.
He's like, I'm in a new world. What am I supposed to ask for? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm starting life from zero in a new world. He goes into the village and hangs out with the kids and the kids out there, and he like they really all love him.
What did the kids say to him in the sub?
Well, let me see. Let me jump around so I can actually get like.
You don't have to. You can just like say off the top of your head like what.
No, I don't. I truly don't remember because
they were just kind of excited to see him, right? Like
because in the dub
they say Subaru, he's back. His face looks weird again. And then one of the kids asked, "Did you pee your pants?"
Okay, yeah, because the kids are asking that like constantly in the dub.
Why?
I don't know. They seem really convinced that he pissed his pants.
Yeah. Super like gets down on his knees like, next time I come here I'll be on a date, so fucking be cool, okay? And then also he before he leaves he makes sure to get his hand bit by the dog.
By the dog with the fucking tonsure.
It is a cute dog.
The tonsure, it's like the bald pate that like monks have.
Oh, I was gonna call it a yarmulke, but that's probably about the same. Like
yeah, it's
same
different religious takes on a similar.
On a similar joke,
This is what interfaith dialogue is all about, folks.
Yeah. This is what First Reformed is about, I'm told. I've seen First Reformed. I don't know why I said I'm told.
I'm told.
He is, like, profusely bleeding from this dog's bite.
Yeah.
Like, I've gotten bitten by a dog that small before, but, like, never strong enough to draw blood. Like, holy shit.
I mean, he also got, like, insane bleeding from, like, a knife. I think it's just comedic effect.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. He was fucking gushing, from that knife wound. Yeah, Rem finishes shopping and they leave the village because they're on a shopping trip. He says, for some reason, that kids have always liked me, and Rem responds, they can always tell if it's all right to belittle someone.
Yeah.
He's like, damn, those kids were bullying me. And she's like, have you given them a reason to, like, respect you? And he's like, guess not.
Have you tried not peeing your pants?
Yeah, have you tried not pissing your pants and crying and shitting? He says, I can't believe they would like belittle me from the start. Like they started with a net zero opinion of me, and then like we see a shot of him like eating shit while trying to jump over a puddle.
Yeah, it like cuts away before he lands too. It's like it's a very like sort of
it's like
it's a good
twitter.com/perfectly cut videos.
Yeah. Exactly.
He
talks about how Ram is like a
shit.
Yeah, Ram talks about how Super talks about how Ram is a good teacher about teaching him English, and she says she keeps falling asleep on my bed though, and Ram says, "Oh, that's just an act."
Yeah.
Super says, "Why do you have such undying faith in your sister? It's demonically inspired." And
he says demonically inspired, and she's like, "What the fuck does that mean?" He's like,
and us in the audience are also saying that.
Yeah. Me too. I was like, what is demonically inspired? But I liked it. He was explaining that instead of being like, like celestially inspired. That's not the right word.
Yeah. Divinely inspired.
Divinely inspired.
Yeah.
He literally
it's
said
definite. It's definitely some like Hanamizawa like demoned away type turn of phrase.
Onikakushi. Yeah. Oni. She pauses like, do you like demons? Do you like Oni? And he's like, well, I don't know. Like, gods generally don't do anything, but demons will laugh along when you talk about your future plans, which I think is fun. Yeah, I think it's cute, and so does R.E.M apparently, because she smiles, and she also gets the cherry blossom effect that Amelia got at the end of the first half.
That's why I was like, oh, maybe they're actually demons. Lol. I'll find out soon. Maybe they're actually red Oni, blue Oni.
Fun stuff. What the fuck? Where's my notes? Oh, yeah, because she smiles, and Subaru does, like, a gay little dance, says, that smile is 1,000,000 volts!
She immediately regrets smiling.
Yeah. And then we jump to later that night where R.E.M is like busy and Amelia is the one doing learning and Subaru's heart is pounding out of his chest.
He's literally doing horny grip.
That's why I made that noise, because I'm like, chill out, Subaru.
It's a little
calm down.
It's definitely that. I'm not going to say that's not an aspect, but there is also part of it that's like him being like, oh, I'm so nervous about asking this girl out on this date.
I hope it doesn't get ethered away again.
Once it got to that point, like, then I was like, okay, that was fine. But like, what it was like, because it was very clear, like he was like breathing.
It was
like
intimate.
that.
It was definitely hinting at that,
and like her boobs were like hanging down and stuff.
Relatable.
Yeah, true. But yeah, and then he asks her, like, hey, you want to go on a date? And she's like...
Yeah, he tries to force his, like, nice moment from last night, or from the last loop again. He's like, hey, isn't the moon pretty? And they're fucking indoors.
That got me.
I appreciate Amelia looking up at that.
Yeah. She's, like, humoring him, but, yeah, then he's like, fuck, whatever. Do you want to go on a date with me? And she's like, I don't know what a date is.
Yeah, it's funny. And he, like, explains it, and like, it's when two people go do a thing, and she's like, so you were on a date with... She's, like, the interactions that Amelia has with Subaru are very much, like, reminiscent of Starfire from Teen Titans a little bit to me.
Yeah, that's a good call.
A date is when you are with two people. So Robin and Raven were on a date today.
God, that's exactly it.
So Subaru and R.E.M were on a date today, and then he's like, no, wait, shit, I wasn't on a date with her. No, I only want to date you.
And then she says, okay, Subaru, make sure to work hard. Only those who work hardly are rewarded. And we get to actually see the ED for the first time, because we just got music we just got music with or text scrolling over a black screen before. But that's not the end of the episode. I do like this ED, though. It's very simple. It's just, like, the characters standing around and, like, a bunch of snowflakes falling.
Yeah.
But I like it. The vibes are nice. And I really do like this song.
Yeah, like snowflakes a very meaningful visual motif in this show.
Yeah. There's a reason I chose this show for the Ice Team. So we get a post-credit scene where Subaru is trying not to fall asleep because this is the end of the 5th day, which is the night that he died on the last loop. And is like, he looks at the bite wound on his hand, he steals his resolve, his heart's pounding out of his chest again. He's like remembering, okay, this is what I did this loop. This is, okay, I'm remembering this, I did this. And like, he's very slowly like falling asleep, and like the camera, like the camera like fades to black as his eyes shut.
He like, makes sure to make note, like, oh, I was nicer to the twins. But I wasn't nicer to Betty. Oh, I hope that doesn't fuck me over. And then, he starts to fall asleep, and he's, like, he gets up suddenly, and he's like, oh, fuck, because he thought, like, he fucked something else.
I am fucking dying. I'm like,
I'm having symptoms. He, like,
starts puking. I've got rabies. You was waiting. I got rabies.
Yeah, no, he, like, I'm just kind of like, how did he how did this not wake him up before? I guess, like, because he was too comfortable? I don't know. But, like, yeah, he was fucking up-chucking, and he was, like, crawling through the hallways trying to find someone to help him.
Yeah. Yeah, and he eventually, like, collapsed. Like, he manages to climb the stairs, he hears some chains, and then he gets, like, fucking blasted backwards in a massive spray of blood.
And you see yeah.
He opens his eyes, and then he notices that his own fucking arm he like feels a bit of blood drip on his face from above, and we see that his own arm has been, like, he's been delimbed, and his arm is hanging from a chandelier in the hallway, and he begins writhing in pain in a way similar to the way he was like rolling around on his bed when Amelia was like, so you were on a date with R.E.M earlier today.
Yeah.
Which is fun. This hallway is completely stained with blood. He looks like he got dragged down the hallway. It does not look good. The chains draw nearer and nearer as he is, like, bleeding out on the floor. And the last thing we see is him getting fucking obliterated, like, exploding into a spray of blood, and his eyeball, like, rolls out of his head and looks at the camera.
Yeah, kind of a warning for fucking... I mean, you don't see anything but the eyeball, but, like, I was still like, that's really gross. I'm glad they only show the eyeball. Because that's not what I thought was going to happen. Like, I knew he was going to die, but I didn't know it was going to be, like, that fucking violent.
I
know it gets worse. Like, I've heard stories that it gets, like, pretty gruesome in some ways, but...
The thing is that, like, the worst death in the series, to me, does not shed a single drop of blood.
Interesting.
And... I think that, like, it's an utterly horrifying death, but there's also some deaths that are, like, extremely bloody and really fucked up.
Yeah.
There is just like a fucking bevy of fates that await Natsuki Subaru.
Yeah, I mean, I heard someone saying they don't like watching this because it's a little bit too gory for them, and
yes,
I was like, okay, so I knew that going in, I just didn't expect it to be in this place to happen.
Unfortunately, I am the Final Destination freak, so, like, of course I like seeing these things. Like, I love Subaru with all my heart, genuinely, like, almost if not actually in my top 5 characters of this show.
Wow.
I do also enjoy him when he explodes into fine mist.
I mean, it probably, like, helps you, like, sympathize. That's not quite what I mean. That makes it sound like you're...
I truly don't think it's that. I truly just think it's, like, the part of me that's, like, it's just the horror movie freak in me. Like, I love a guy who does... I truly do enjoy this is gonna sound like some sicko shit, but I do truly enjoy this fucking, like, Sisyphean this Sisyphean thing where instead of, like, the boulder rolling back down the hill, the boulder crushes him, and, like, he gets flattened by the boulder like a Looney Tune and dies.
I think I liked that more when I was younger.
And he floats up to heaven, like, in a gown, he's playing a harp.
Like, weirdly enough, I think I liked that stuff more when I was younger. Like, now, like, if I see people, like, die gruesomely, my stomach, it turns my stomach sometimes. It depends on, like, how it is.
Yeah.
It bothers me a lot less in, like, animation than it does in, like, real life.
The only question that we have this week is from Sarah McClintock's Wheel of Time at Sarah McCostumes. Do you enjoy
we have another one.
That's right. We do have a second. Sorry. Do you enjoy Kenny Rogers as the Gambler? You gotta spend time with Amelia to increase your social link.
Stop.
She has Puck. Die in your sleep.
Yep. That's exactly how he wrote it.
Die in your sleep?
She has Puck. End sentence. Die in your sleep.
Oh, God. I was like, did Puck kill him?
You gotta meet the Twims, R.E.M and R.E.M and do butlery things. They'll teach you to peel potatoes. Die in your sleep.
Yeah.
A big fan of the Gambler.
I like the Gambler, yeah. No one to hold them.
We have a second question on Discord from a friend of the pod, Andy, who asks, if you could have one useless superpower, like being able to find the right door in a mansion, what would it be? I don't know if this qualifies as useless, but it's defined as useless by the rules of the world. I think Midoriya's mom from My Hero Academia, who just has the power to, like, slowly levitate small objects toward herself. I think that would be a fun useless superpower to have.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't want to get my pill bottle that's on the other side of that's like on the desk on the other side of my room. Just gonna like hold my hand out and wait for like a minute for it to slowly move towards me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
if you don't have one, Morg, I can go ahead.
Honestly, like finding the right exit on a highway immediately without having to like, because sometimes like the sometimes my GPS is like behind when I should be like over in the right lane to be like going in the exit and stuff. So if I just like knew immediately like, oh, that's where I gotta go, that seems very useful, especially to me who fucking like sucks at directions. And
I think that okay, this is the super. I think this is probably too useful to be an actual useless superpower, but the one that I think about all the time is like the I want to be able to click the right stick and like cast a like hold my hand out and do the fucking Dead Space like here is the direction you need to go for your next task thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a bit too useful.
That's probably
Neve, what do you got?
I have an actual useless superpower, which is that on an iPod, I am always able to pause a song right when it hits 0.00 seconds left.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Great useless superpower.
I love that. I'm trying to think of one that's
best
like
in the game at doing
useful. That. Maybe just like... Yeah, because all the ones I'm thinking of are just, like, useful, but, like, a little bit. Like, oh, knowing where my cat is so I can know that he's not going to run out the door. That's, like, useful.
I think specifically, like, a gizmo locator is a useless enough superpower.
Yeah.
Like, Gizmo, your cat, Gizmo.
Yeah.
Is a useless enough superpower because like that's like one cat only. This is the only cat that you have this power for.
Yeah. That's true. That's probably good.
All right, I think that's it for this podcast. So, thank you very much to NoiseSpace.xyz for hosting this and so many other great podcasts. Thank you to Matt GameCube, the overlord of NoiseSpace.xyz, the podfather. Thank you to close personal friend of the show, Gerard Way and My Chemical Romance for the use of their song Dead as our intro and outro music.
Whose permission we definitely got.
We have a signed, sealed, and delivered email from Gerard Way about this.
Gerard Way came to my house and said, "You have permission to use my song Dead."
Yeah, and then they beat you in Smash Brothers.
God.
Is that something Gerard Way does?
No, I don't know.
I just want to play Smash Bros. With Gerard Way. That just
Who do you think Gerard Way plays in Smash Brothers?
I don't know.
I'm thinking Sheik.
Oh, maybe.
I could definitely see a Sheik, like maybe a Dark Pit.
Or maybe a Bayonetta, maybe.
Ooh, I can see Bayonetta. You can find me on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya, SUNHATZHENYA.
Feel free to hit her up if you have any more suggestions for what the members of My Chemical Romance would play in Smash.
Exactly. I'm on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya. I do a bunch of podcasts on NoiseSpace.xyz. That's it for me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morg.
You got lots of cool podcasts on XYZ.
Yeah, I do.
Me too.
By the time you're hearing this, Jujutsu Kaisen movie will be out. Do not know if I will have been able to see it because I am waiting on like those leaks. And we might have done a podcast about it by the time you hear this, though. So keep an eye on your feed. Oh, also, by the time you hear this, we will have done the Fear Baiting, the horror movie podcast that I do. We're doing what the fuck did Morgan call this thing? Morgan had a really funny name for it.
Deck the Sauls.
No, Home for the Solidays, where we are doing the first ever. We have never rewatched a movie on Fear Baiting, and for the first time ever, we're going to do it because for some. I have no idea what my logic was, but I decided to... No, I know what my logic was. I'm not going to get into it. But I decided to watch Saw 3D as the first Saw movie that I saw and cover it on the podcast. And the thing is that, like, unlike every other slasher... Other than, like, every other, like, horror movie franchise in existence, you cannot watch the Saw movies out of order.
Really?
Like, it just... You just can't... Like... I think that for most horror movie franchises, you do get a bit of an added benefit of watching them in order. But like, if you just pick fucking like Seed of Chucky and decide to watch it, like, I don't think you're going to be in too big of an issue, too big of a pickle.
I mean, I saw Final Destination 3 out of order.
Yeah, and like that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Speaking of universes in which bodies are just like explode, like bags of blood meant to be exploded in funny ways. Yeah, so we're rewatching Saw. We rewatched Saw 3D, and we did an episode about it. And Fear Baiting will also be back up and running on its normal schedule by the time you're hearing this, I think. So
yeah,
ooh, I gotta get that guest list sorted out. Shit. Yeah, that's it for me. Sorry.
I'm kind of a slow editor, I'm sure.
Morg, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Haunting the Morgue on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on my other podcasts, 2 of them being on Noise Space. That's Sonic Shuffle and Digimon Ghost Gaze. My other one that's kind of on semi-permanent hiatus at this point is Departure Lounge, which is Hunter x Hunter, but you should still listen because I'm still pretty proud of those first couple episodes. Neve, how about you?
I'm at Nickelwolf on Twitter. I have other projects in the works that I've already mentioned. Still in the works. Got a lot going on.
It do be like that.
Hell yeah.
Like that.
I think that's going to be it for this episode of Forward ReZero. So until next time, I still have got fucking nothing.
Sent from my iPhone.
What did we say
What's that?
last time?
Last time I think we did some shit like, we're starting over we're restarting, we're looping.
Sent from my iPhone.
Sent from my iPhone.
Until next time, sent from my iPhone. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.